Again, it's one-on-one personalized Medicare help. Anyway, write that phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot. It'll be massively helpful for you. All right, anyway, I'm going to give you the range here, okay? Now, again, taking into consideration everything we have as of right now. Now, I'm going to be fair with you. The most recent inflation data that we have released as I film this video is from the month of May, okay? May's inflation data is the most recent. Now, the next inflation data point that we're going to be getting on the behalf of June will be in the middle of July. Okay, so we're a little bit out from right now, or as I film this video, we're not in the middle of July yet as I film this video. So we don't have June's inflation data, but we have May's inflation data, which came out in the middle of June. Okay, so my point is, this is just what we have as of right now. Based on this data, I'm going to give a tight range. And again, I just want to say before I say the numbers here, so nobody says, you said. You're right, I did say, but I'm also prefacing it by saying this could all easily change for the reasons I'll explain here in just a minute. I'm going to give a tight range based on the speed, the trajectory, the velocity, and the magnitude in which inflation is increasing and how much we see still coming in the wholesale numbers. This inflation's not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, it'll continue to go higher unless they manipulate the numbers lower, which, again, that's just another way of saying lie, unless they lie right to our face, which wouldn't be the first time ever, right? They lie to us all the time with this data. They're probably already manipulating the numbers. But anyway, provided the numbers remain, relatively true and they continue and they don't manipulate them even more, I'm going to give a range of between 5.5 and 6% of where I truly believe the COLA, based on right now, the data that we're seeing, the COLA could easily land between 5.5 and 6% for next year. This would be the biggest COLA, by the way, that we've seen since, a few years ago when we got 5.9% and 8.7%. But prior to that, it would be many, many years since we've seen a COLA anywhere near that amount. Now, I'm going to be fair. The most recent inflation data that we received, some of the other Social Security analysts and other people out there that talk about Social Security are giving a range of right around the 4.7 to 4.6% range, something like that. But that's, again, based on the most recent data. What I'm doing is I'm extrapolating out not only the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, inflation on the consumer level, but I'm also very aggressively looking at the inflation data on the wholesale level represented by the PPI, Producer Price Index. Reason being is this. We all know, again, this is no shock, this is not a secret, we all know that inflation occurs on the wholesale level first, and when you see it happening on the wholesale level, where's the next stop? Do you think the wholesalers are going to just absorb all of that extra price increase? Not a chance. They need to maintain their margins. What do? They pass it on to the consumer. So we know that when we see inflation increasing at the pace that we are and still moving higher on the wholesale level, it's only a matter of time until that hits the consumer level. We know that. And that's exactly what I'm using to give these projections right here going forward, that I project during the months that matter, July, August, and September, which you've heard me talk about 1,000 times before in other videos. During that time frame, that this inflation will continue to accelerate higher, moving higher, which will lock in that bigger raise for beneficiaries. And again, unless they lie or they manipulate the numbers or in some very weird way, inflation comes down, which it won't. If they start showing that inflation is coming down in these data points, all it's telling us is that it's literally they're just tinkering with the numbers. They're playing around with the numbers, and ultimately that'll impact Social Security beneficiaries because it'll give a reduced COLA. But if the numbers continue to come out and we see the trajectory, the speed and the velocity of inflation continuing at the pace that we have over the last handful of months since basically the beginning of the year, we could easily be, again, mid 5 to 6% range. In fact, over the last couple months here, I've had a couple different videos out. Some different people have been suggesting that we will easily see 6% to 10% inflation around the middle to later portion of the year. Well, that'd be kind of right in line with what I've been saying right here. Okay, so anyway, this is the change, or not the change. This is the estimate as of right now. Again, maybe I'll come back in another month or something in a separate video and give you another estimate if people are asking. But this is just what I'm seeing as of right now. Who knows? Maybe it comes in at 5.1. Maybe it comes in at 4.9. Maybe it comes in at 6.4. We don't know. But either way, we know it's going to be way bigger than what we got this year based on the numbers as of right now. But I hope this helps you to give a better understanding of where we're currently at. And obviously, I'll continue to bring you updates as we get more information on any inflationary data that comes out, the new estimates, any other information that's coming out right now on Social Security, or any fixed income benefit or money or distributions, anything. I will obviously bring that to your attention right away. It's kind of a busy year, and between now and basically the end of the year is obviously going to be pretty busy as well with the midterm and all the big old promises coming out. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening. I'll certainly keep you posted. Again, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring, if you're on Medicare, if you have a special enrollment period opening up, anything Medicare related, again, make sure to write the phone number down here on the screen, 844-731-4987. Take a picture, take a screenshot, write it down. It's for Chapter Medicare, free one-on-one personalized Medicare help for those of you in this community. They've already helped thousands of you in this community save about $3 million in the last year and a half.